non-creative if possible. Thanks.
Now it's really easy because I just hit T and up twice.
6, 7. It's a 2 spot. It's a 3-er. Hold on a second. Who's man? Who's man?
Ideally, we don't have to take this further than the edge of the water.
5.
Yeah. I think
we
it'll
would
be
just
fine.
barely fit.
I think the dome will fit.
Is that 8? Oh, it is 8.
What
Okay.
is? It's
I can find
23.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 20, yeah, 23. 23 from right where you put it, yeah. Oh, is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, that's easy.
Yeah, so we'll just bring it
You
a
can
little
slope
bit
it
past
down to
that,
the
and then,
ocean
yeah.
easily.
You need help with sloping?
Yeah,
at
if
the
you want to
moment, but
come
yeah,
over, like,
yeah.
we will shortly. If you want to come over and, like, go ahead and start getting a look.
Bye, Lone Wolf.
Well, to the,
bye,
we're to the
Lone
far westward.
Bye, Lone Wolf.
Bye, Wolf.
Wolf pants.
Wolf pants.
You spelled Chucha X-U-X-A, by the way.
Yes.
Someone in chat spelt it with CH's.
Yeah.
Which I can understand how you would do that, but it's X's.
4.
Another reason you don't need the letter C. Remember that conversation?
I remember some idiots, yeah.
Hmm.
Alright, well, hopefully I get this dang oval done.
I believe in you.
You're getting there.
By the end of the stream, at least.
If it makes you feel better, after you finish that oval, all you have left to do is 5 more domes.
That's not gonna be done.
That's and that.
But at least those are easy. They're all the same size. I have those. There's a Crawdon down there. What are you doing down there, boy? Come here, boy. Come on.
If you do finish the oval and get to the dome before the next dome before we end today, RTK, the next one is east of you.
East. Are
Because
we
I
talking
only have
east?
one
Are we
more,
talking west? Or are we talking
I hate you.
east?
but zesty.
Mm.
But I only have one more tube to make, actually. But I need you to make that dome before I can.
Okay. Well,
And then after that, you just have to go back and do the 4 other domes that don't have any more tubes coming off of them.
It's a 5? Oh my goodness.
Lauren, where are you and what are you doing?
I am filling in sand. I'm literally like less than a minute from being done with a giant chunk, and then I can come
Alright.
look at whatever you want me to look at.
Well, I think if you look at this, you might want to go ahead and start trying to, like, build it up to, like, the slope, because you build from the bottom up, right, when you do this? Especially considering it's being done with sand.
Yeah, I'd usually prefer to do bottom up.
Cubone, 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 Cubone.
Also, chat, Chucha's name isn't actually Chucha. That's just her nickname.
No, it's not.
Much like
I
my
think
real
she
name.
should
not
legally
Jessica.
change her name. to
Well, no,
Chucha.
I think Chucha is, like, a term of endearment, right? But you just always told us, like, that's what to call her?
It's what her family's always called her, and, you know, I just kind of started saying it, and just how I do it now.
I'm pretty sure when you told us about Chucha, you didn't tell us her real name
No, I
for the
said
longest
Chucha.
time. So
Yeah.
yeah, so, like,
Yeah.
I didn't know what to call her either other than Chucha. Now it's just what I call her. Cubone, 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 just slowly dying.
What am I doing?
this has got to start sloping down now. So this is the edge of the, gonna be the edge of the dome. So however best you think to slope it down to the ocean, go for it.
Goes 2. Goes 2. Then it goes 3.
Look at that Crawdon over there just hanging out.
I know, he won't come over here. I called him. I was like, here,
Giving
boy.
he's giving you a spiritual energy. One Crawdon boy to another. Did you, RTK, found something funny the other day that he shared with me?
Oh, yeah.
About Crawdon?
Yeah,
Really?
so I was looking, I'm drawing emotes and stuff, right? So the other day I was looking through, like, color palettes of Crawdon. And, on Google Images, I found a Reddit profile that was claiming to have my character icon that I had commissioned, that they drew. It was theirs.
Wow.
Yeah. And then
That's
6
bizarre.
years ago.
yeah. And then I
was
checked with
6
my artist. I'm like, hey, is this you on Reddit with a different name? He's like, no, that's not me, but they have a lot of my art there.
That is crazy.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, that's
Wow,
bizarre.
that's
Even better, well, not better, it's actually worse, but funnier, is he gave me the link and I clicked onto the Reddit thing, and that person 6 years ago had like 3 comments on that message of saying like, I did this Crawdon art, commission's open, and was responding to people in the comments saying like critiquing the art or saying what they liked or not, and he was talking like, yeah, I did this, I messed that part up, yeah, I know, etc., etc.
it's insanity. It's crazy.
Yeah, people are.
Some
Yeah,
people
I
are
could-
just insane.
I could never imagine. Like, I've commissioned so much art now that sometimes people forget that that's not my art. Like, there was a contest that I was doing with some of my friends that are into warrior cats, and I've gotten warrior cat commissions, and one of my friend goes, oh yes, Jed, I'm so looking forward to seeing your art, and I quickly said like, hey, that wasn't my art, that was actual artist's art, but I'll do my best. And then I didn't, because I really struggled with drawing a cat because
Nice.
I couldn't
Drawing
draw cats. But the thing is like, I could never imagine, like, even though I paid for it, it's like, it's not mine, it's not my talent.
I just don't know like what like you're gaining out of that. I mean,
It's
like,
just
I
clout,
guess,
is all it is.
I guess, yeah. It's just like weird.
Yeah, that's it. It boggles my mind because like, you don't. What do you gain from it? You just make the artist not want to do things. Like, there is an artist that makes really fun Godzilla comics,
I
and like he
love
talks about
Godzilla
how like
stuff.
his he talks so much about how like people steal his stuff, and it makes him, it demoralizes him, and I'm like, why the heck do you want to steal this and then make it so that this art doesn't exist anymore?
People
Yeah.
suck.
And also, one
True.
thing that's also really annoying is now with the AI thing that can create art.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Really, it's
AI
just-
artists. Yeah, I saw
And-
that trending like when it first started hitting mainstream a couple of months ago, and I was like, this seems like, I know nothing about art. This seems like it could potentially like kill a lot of art in the long run, if anything.
Well, see, the
Well,
problem
what's
is
awful
that
is just stealing from people.
yeah,
'cause
it
it's
just
like already-
samples people's art and then regurgitates it slightly different, pretty much. It,
Yeah.
yeah, and
I just see people do it to make pictures of women with big boobs.
That's what I've seen
I
a
have
lot,
seen
yeah.
that too, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that a lot too.
But you know, I can draw that myself. I don't need
That's
AI art for
so-
that.
So un-Michael like. I mean, isn't that what most artists do anyway?
True.
For real.
The craziest part of the AI art thing to me is that they're all like, no, it's like my original art. And then you can see in their prompt that they wrote like, looks like artist's name, like some like
Yeah,
popular
that's
artist
why
online. And it's like, how do you
so
say that that's your
awful.
art?
It really makes me angry that it's like, oh yeah, it's transformative. It's like, no, fudge off.
It's really
Although
not.
I hope one thing that people have been saying that like is a possible way to combat it is just to not tag your art right, and so when the AI goes and looks for your art, it winds up grabbing things that aren't like actual things.
Yeah.
Like somebody was
then
like, hey, let's make our
Then people searching for your art can't find it potentially.
Yeah.
yeah,
People
that's
who are
that
searching it
is-
for like good reasons, not bad reasons.
Yeah, I know.
Alright, mountain's gone.
Well
Nice.
done.
But I could also just submit a bunch of somebody just gotta submit like stick figure art and just flood it. I don't think it would work, but man.
Can I have creative, please? I have many, many blocks to get rid of.
Yeah, I was when I was streaming Xenoblade the other day, I'm like in the final dungeon, so it's a lot of just you know, classic JRPG, like you've got a big gauntlet to go through. And so it was just a lot of me talking with chat, and we talked about like fandoms in general, and I'm just like, yeah, like, you know, honestly, like the longer I've been on the internet, like with how much people just suck, especially fandoms in general, I've come to the conclusion, just like find a group of people that you like to talk about the thing with, and then just like only converse with them. Yeah. Otherwise, for the most part, just like ignore fandoms in general.
That's why I don't really talk about MHA, because the fandom sucks so bad.
That doesn't surprise me. I mean, like, the only time I talk about, like, stuff that would relate to a fandom, like talk about games at large or et cetera, is when I'm talking with, like, any of you guys, and, you know, obviously that extends, like, the larger group of, like, Lone Wolf, Sly, etc. And then my chat. Like, this is the only, like, any amount of, like, sometimes I'll, like, look around on Reddit a little bit, just, like, look at fan art, and, like, on Twitter sometimes, because it just comes up when you're browsing, but I don't, like, interact at all with fandoms at large. I'm just, like, if I see neat fan art, I'm like, oh, cool, looks nice. And that's, like, the extent of me having anything to do with fandoms at all. And, honestly, it's way better than whenever I would interact with fandoms in the past.
I think
Yeah,
the
something
best
I've
way that I
learned
prefer to
over the past couple years is that, like, there's a certain point where you have to just be like, I actually don't care to try and involve myself with any, like, of this argument or discussion or etc. It's just not worth it.
Yeah, I don't get involved with arguments and stuff. Like, I'll sit back, like, I'll see... Basically, the big thing that I do is, like, if I see, like, people being real jerks, then I'll just be like, cool, my block button, goodbye, I don't ever have to, you don't get to interact with me, I've never interacted with you, but I never have to, because as far as I'm concerned, you do not exist.
Dude, whenever I'm on a trending topic or an explore tab on Twitter, I am very prodigious with the mute button. And sometimes even the block button. If I ever see anything that I'm just like, I didn't like that tweet, then I pretty much just always just like hit mute on that person, because it's gonna make my Twitter experience better, and Twitter's already a nightmare experience as it is.
Yeah.
And then if I see something that I'm very much like, you're scum, then that's quick block button.
Chaos
Yeah.
definitely has me muted on Twitter.
4 times. The other day someone was being stupid. I doubt they'll watch this video. Maybe they will. I don't care. Someone was being stupid, so I hit them with the block, and then 15 minutes later, they had made an alt account to follow me as if I wouldn't be able to tell.
Oh my god.
Wow.
It was hilarious.
I don't
So
know why
why?
I'm that, like,
Lone Wolf
desperate to
Michael-
follow any Twitter account ever.
Yeah, Lone Wolf Michael and I got a good chuckle out of it, and we have a private chat on the server. We were talking about it.
Just look at Wyatt in your comments ever.
No, not in ages.
Don't
But
speak
also,
him into
like,
existence.
I don't know, maybe... Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he finally moved on. Maybe he finally got a life. I doubt it.
He finally
A lot of
turned
people don't know what I'm
12
talking
and
about.
decided to, like, develop a brain.
Yeah, maybe. A lot of people don't know what I'm talking about. There was a chunk of the channel's history for like 2 years maybe where some loser with no life was being a scumbag to a lot of other people in comments and to me as well. So I just like hit him with the block, and I made the mistake of back then I was not as like as knowledgeable with YouTube at the time. I made the mistake of telling him that like he's getting blocked and the reason for it, instead of just hitting like the block button and like hide user from channel, etc., which is how I deal with scumbags now. And so he made at least like 40 other alts over the course of like 2 years, just jumping in every now and then, but he never tried to hide it. He was always very obvious about it. There was also a time where I was streaming. This was before I had fiber optic. So before I had fiber optic, there was a time where I streamed for like a couple of months before I realized my internet just wasn't good enough for it, and then I quit and came back when I got fiber optic. But back then I had donations set up and through PayPal, and then he donated 1 cent through PayPal and said, I have your real name now, do what I say or I'm gonna dox you or whatever. And I said, have fun, and nothing ever came of it, as you can imagine. Oh, my favorite was probably when I said I was going to PopCon, really looking forward to it. He said, I can't wait to go and punch you in the face. Nothing
Yeah,
ever
it's a
came
punch
of
in the
that,
face?
as you can imagine.
Yeah, just threats of physical violence, standard par for the course of being YouTuber.
Yeah.
Bluffs of physical violence. The dude was like, I don't understand how he knows how to tie his shoes if he even does. Maybe he just uses Velcro shoes. But
And that dude was Michael Javelin 46.
it was him.
All along.
I can't wait to punch you for real, Chaos. And I'm sure you,
You already had
I'm
your
sure-
chance. We literally
I'm sure the feeling
shared
is
a bed.
mutual. I'm sure the feeling is mutual.
We met with no physical altercations. We even shared a sleeping space. It was
We
great.
did.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Did you guys hug when you met, or was it just like, hey man, and then that was
We
it?
took a picture with our arms over one another's shoulders in a link of 4 men. That's probably the closest we got to hugging.
Okay.
It was only for the content.
I
We hated
remember-
every minute of it.
I don't know, at my wedding.
It was me, Richie Shroom, and Pete. So it had to be done.
At my wedding, Chaos sat on my lap and said, I'll tell you what I want for Christmas.
Did I?
Yeah. You did.
Did I?
It was in the hotel room.
Oh, okay. I was about to say I did not do that at the wedding when we were in tuxes, but I bet I made a joke like that in the hotel room or something.
Yeah. I was just like, okay.
That's my favorite kind of humor, is just when you do something like that would never be expected.
Not out of you. I didn't expect that to happen.
That's why I love that kind of humor.
Four.
I remember we recorded Mario Party, and I had the unluckiest game of my entire
Oh,
soul.
yeah.
And I literally just, like, for the last couple of turns, I just laid back on the bed while you guys played. I pressed the buttons that were necessary, and then I called my grandfather and had a conversation with him during the video.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, those were good times. That's why you gotta get, like, to a PopCon or something, brother. You gotta meet up again. It's been so long.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta go so you have an excuse to, like, bring out the Reagan cosplay or something.
Yeah. Are you gonna try and cosplay at PopCon this coming year, Michael?
I would love to.
I'm
So I haven't-
definitely going to. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I really want to do Sasuke or Madara, but I'm definitely this year. I'm getting a new cosplay, and I'll probably do Joker on like Friday again, but then do the new one on Saturday and maybe
Nice.
Sunday.
At the very least, I'm gonna try and probably, like, closet cosplay OY.
Yeah, man.
I think I could pull it off.
I think you could do it.
I wouldn't mind going to convention. The problem is that they're just not. Nobody's bothering with precautions anymore. So, because that's what I've been hearing from last year I guess this past year was, there was not a lot of care taken. And considering I got COVID, I have no desire to get it again. So.
When I went to Comic-Con for like a day in last month in September, you were required to wear masks, although the restrictions were like
that's
6
good.
feet apart. That wasn't really
Yeah,
possible.
they're not gonna do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the mask though.
If they
That's
want you to
why
be
I
6
mean,
feet
PopCon-
apart, they're not gonna sell any
PopCon-
tickets.
When we went last year for PopCon, they said like wear a mask, but there was no enforcement. But I mean, like I get what you're saying, and I mean if that's your prerogative, more power to you. Do whatever makes you comfortable, but also like that's never gonna happen ever.
Yeah.
Like, You're basically just saying, like, you're not waiting for when a convention does, like, have the precautions you want. You're basically just saying, I'm never going to a convention. Which, if that's what you want to do, your decision, more power
I
to
guess
you.
that's just what it is then, because I have people that I want to protect, and that's my line. And the thing is I'm not telling people what they have to do, then I'm just not gonna go, because that's just the way it is. Because things are too dangerous still, and those are just my lines. And I know that's other people's lines because they either can't because they're immunocompromised, or they have people that are immunocompromised.
Move, gas.
Get out of here.
What are you doing over there, Shroom? You impeding progress? Have you finally gotten to the point of the day where you're like, okay, I can't be useful anymore, I have to be a menace?
He was gonna write RTK sucks in my dome.
I was not. I was going to write RTK smells.
Oh, okay.
Oh, of course.
And I
Yeah,
was
right.
doing really well until you ruined my progress.
You know, in this weird shadow, these iron blocks look purple.
What?
Yeah, they look oddly purple from where I am.
Just let him go. Man, I can't. We still got another 6 months away, but I can't wait for PopCon again.
Oh, it's not gonna fit actually. You win this round, RTK.
Oh, you weren't even doing it with unknown blocks. You were spelling it out with. You should have done RTK at the top and then smells underneath.
Ah, that's a good point.
This
Next.
dome.
You gotta up your trolling.
I got like 6 more layers of this dome.
I believe in you. But man, do I love conventions.
I don't mind them. A lot of the times, though, I go there and the only thing I ever really buy is art, and even then, I don't often find artists that I like as much.
I mean, I definitely find art that I like usually, and buy a couple of things. I especially like it when I find good figures. I got, like, this past PopCon was one of the best for buying for me, because I got some really, really nice figures. But also, at the end of the day, like, I definitely go for some of, like, buying cool memorabilia and stuff like that. But, I mean, the number one thing about going to a convention is just the experience.
Yeah.
I would definitely go to PopCon even if it was just me, but I have not gone to a PopCon without at least one friend for like the past 5 years or something. Lauren?
Yeah.
Is this what he thought when he said he saw purple blocks, or did you do this after?
No, up
No, I'm
here,
doing
it
this
just
right
looks shadowy and it kind of looks light purple to me. Not like dark purple, just the
That's
shadow.
fine. Your eyes are broken, but that's alright. We love you anyway.
Yeah, it's okay.
But yeah, anyways, the experience is always the best part, especially with friends. So I hope Slyro is set up in a good, because I know last year we couldn't do the like make a week of it thing because Slyro's like new job and all wouldn't let him. So I hope this year he can.
I think that was just because he was like just starting, wasn't it? He just
Yeah,
didn't
I
have
think that's
any-
what he said. Yeah, but you know, you never know.
I believe it though, because like when you start a new job, they don't give you like.
Yeah,
Usually you have to
Absolutely.
like accrue the time.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
like half the time you don't even get insurance for like 3 months or something like that.
What?
Yeah, a lot of the places that I work at, you don't qualify for insurance until you work a certain amount of time.
Man, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
like I think it's usually like 90 days, isn't it?
Yeah, 3 months.
that'd be 3 months. Yeah, I didn't like not believe him or anything. I just like this would still be a job that he's only had for about a year, so.
That
A
should be
little
enough
over a year,
time
so I
for
hope
him
that there's
to...
no trouble that would prevent him from doing so if he wanted
I
to.
can't imagine.
He can't miss out on going to the zoo with us.
Is that right? That is right. Okay.
Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do.
Who's responsible for this?
We've reached that point of today. Oh, I'm here. You know, yeah, you know who it is. Who else could it possibly be?
Yeah, that's fair.
Like that. What a non-question that was.
Yeah, I know. And there's no apostrophe in I'm, which is just unacceptable.
Yeah, I'm amazed that the I's are uppercase. It's probably just because doing the lowercase ones would be more of a hassle in this fashion.
How
Are you
much longer are we
surprised
going for today, do you think?
Probably another 3 hours.
I gotta go.
I'd like RTK to finish the oval so he doesn't have to come back to wrapping his head around it.
Yeah. Shouldn't be too
think
much
that-
longer.
That would be ideal.
I want to see this. I'm here. Oh! I'm glad I came to look at it. 10 out of 10. Lauren, where you at?
I'm building a beach.
Like a camera up just spawned in my tunnel?
In the tunnel?
Yep. Secret tunnel
Sacred tunnel. Oh yes.
through the mountains. Hey.
Hello. Need any help in here?
By the time I could explain to you like what needs to be done, I'd already have it done myself, and you'd probably just cause problems.
Wow. Seems unnecessary.
You? Yeah, I
go.
agree.
I don't cause problems. I manufacture solutions.
Is that
After
what
you cause
call
a
them?
problem.
Yeah.
He's literally Catchy from Persona 5.
Whee!
Jet is such a child.
Whee!
What is she doing over there?
I mean, she's just going through the... I don't even have to look. She's going through the floor panels that I've already placed down throughout the thing. Someone come kill this mega camera.
How'd you do it?
Because I'm placing blocks, and I have a Metagross. And a Breloom.
I didn't bring any water types with me.
And a Raikou. Like, the only... If my Melodic dies, then it's all over. It, like, oh my goodness, it's Thunder. It
Hey,
rinses
Thunder.
the rest of my team. You know what we need to do soon?
5, 6.
What would that
I'm
be?
down for, like, First Class Trouble, Project Winter, and even trying Among Us with mods again. But what we really need to do is Jackbox.
Yeah, Jackbox 9 is coming out pretty soon, right?
Yeah, I
Wow,
heard that.
really?
I want to play
Jeez.
Jackbox 8 again before 9 comes out.
Have they like revealed
Oh my gosh, you
anything
can
for
read the
that?
I'm here to kill
Yeah,
cats
I've
on
seen-
the map.
I think
streamers
they-
have already been playing it.
Yeah, streamers already have the... They did the same thing they did with 8 that annoys me. They gave it to streamers like a month and a half early.
Some of the games
just
look
too early.
really good, though.
Yeah, I don't mind, dude. I'm all for streamers getting stuff early to show it off, but like, I don't know when the release date for 9 is, but when 8 came out, like, I saw someone play it a month earlier, and then I was like, hey, let's play 8, and I went to buy 8, and it was like, this comes out in 2 weeks. I'm like, are you kidding me? Why? Like, the game is obviously done enough for streamers to play it. Why are you having them advertise it a month and a half early?
Yeah,
That's
it's just too
ridiculous.
early because
Yeah, that's
either
too
If
early.
it's too early, people are gonna get bored of it by the time it comes out.
yeah, they're either gonna
Yeah,
get
like-
bored of it or forget about it or get upset that they can't buy it.
Yeah,
And
like
then-
I was
yeah.
I was so
Or all the
excited for
above.
like Coal Mine when I first saw streamers playing it, and I was like, this would be so much fun to play with the guys. Like, let's do it. And then I went to look at it, and it's like, the game doesn't come out for 2 more weeks, even though you saw streamers playing it a month ago. And I was like, are you kidding me, Jackbox? Like, come on, man.
I feel you, man. I really do.
But anyways, I definitely want to do another 8 stream of mostly just Coal Mine, but we can play another Jackbox game or 2 as well. But I definitely want to get one of those in before 9, and then when 9 comes out, like, legit, we gotta.
Yeah.
I did see some streamers playing one game on it, and it looked amazing.
What's
the heck
the
was
premise?
that?
My goodness, I watched the video like a week ago. What was the premise? I just remember being like, that's great. It was, oh, crud. Dude, I can't tell you. I only saw the one video of it for like 30 minutes.
Nice.
But I remember watching it and being like, this looks like it's gonna be like it's gonna be the game of the pack.
Michael,
Yeah.
does he always look like this?
Yeah. What do you mean?
Okay, just making sure.
What's wrong
Who
with
is it?
it? Crib Brawler.
I thought that he was like orange, so I saw a purple and blue one and was like, what?
I'm the orange
You might be
crab.
thinking
What are
of
you talking about?
Corfish. Crabby.
Why does Binacles Cry sound like that?
Binacle.
I don't know.
I hate it so
For
much.
some reason,
It's
I always think
very
it's
bad.
Pineco.
I can see that.
See, Lauren, look over here. Here is Corfish. You were probably thinking Corfish.
I was thinking of Corfish. Okay, that makes more sense.
That's
Thank
my
you.
boy right there. My son.
I do love Corfish a lot.
He's very good. So is Crawdon. They're both amazing.
Yeah.
I think it should be like that. Isn't it?
Binacles.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta stretch.
Hey, that's my thing.
Oh, you ever just stretch and you feel your like back crack all the way down?
No.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
It feel good.
That's okay. You don't have
Yep.
time to be stretching. You need to finish the oval.
Michael, get out of here. You can't count. You don't need this.
It's rich coming from you.
Honorary even number.
I don't remember what it was, but I just distinctly remember a episode of something where Archie K's like, I can't count. I don't remember what I was from.
Probably
Yes.
a butt ton of stuff, because I can't count on any game I play. Honestly.
I wonder if Slyro uploaded another Sly Cooper during the stream for me to watch after we're done. I doubt it.
I bet he did.
Nah, he uploaded one yesterday.